Hi everyone, welcome back to the restaurant show, and I have the executive chef, Greg Tucker from WiseGuys. Love it, it's summertime.
Oh yeah.
You're showing us something nice and light and bright.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite times of the year when it comes to food. So much stuff is so fresh, and light.
Absolutely.
And you can let the ingredients kind of speak for themselves a lot more than in the winter time. So today we're doing a roasted beet salad.
Which I love. Even when he said it, I was like, ooh, I love beet salad. And you couldn't get me to even try a beet when I was younger. I think for most kids that's kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
But as an adult, like, I'm definitely willing to try some different items.
Yeah.
And to me, this is not your mainstream.
No, these are definitely not mainstream.
Right.
It kind of pushed away from that when the older times, people were just canning in vegetable and everything like that. The canned versions are not as good as what the actual vegetable can be. Which of course at WiseGuys, they're going to roast everything in house fresh. They sous vide all their steak. I mean, like, everything's done fresh. We do everything as fresh as possible.
Absolutely.
And to the best execution we can possibly make anything.
So what do we have here?
So we've got red beets, which are actually a purple color, and you can see that here on these cooked ones.
These have been cooked. That's that.
And then you've got gold beets, which have an orange skin, but the flesh itself is yellow or gold colored on the inside.
Okay, how do I get it to this? Because you just don't cut them, I'll tell you that right now.
That's what we're going to do right now. I've got reasonably equal-sized pieces of beets in the same pan so that they cook at the same speed and temperature and everything. I've got some orange juice.
Because some people might, I just need a big one, I'll get a small one. But then they don't cook evenly.
Exactly. If you have a big one and a small one, that small one's going to be done well before the big one's even like halfway done.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to try to get it as even as possible.
Okay.
I put, this is just straight orange juice.
Okay.
I fresh squeeze that in the restaurant.
Of course, fresh squeezed orange juice. And you can even tell just by the way it looks.
Oh yeah.
It looks like thicker. It looks like.
Always, always. And then I've got some garlic cloves, and I'm just going to press down with my hand and just crack them open.
Just to open them up. So that's just to open them up. That's a great tip, even if you're just cooking with garlic and you're roasting, even if they weren't the beets, if they're just pan roasted vegetables. Yeah. Instead of really chopping them up fine.
Yeah, and that's all you got to do is break it open somewhat.
Right.
And that'll let the flavor get out without actually having to leave the pieces of garlic in there.
Or then sometimes you end up with these little pieces, which I do that too. If I'm in a rush, I'll just use some, I'll chop it up really quick, throw it in. But it's not always the best way to go, is it?
No, and it sometimes burns when you do that. So you want to avoid that if you can. We've got just a few sprigs of thyme.
Oh, I can
put all that
it smells so good.
right in there.
Everything just
sits.
Let's show that over
and
here
no problem.
Okay, so that's just it, basically. You just put all these ingredients in there.
Yep, put that in there so you've got a little bit, maybe ½ inch to an inch worth of the orange juice down at the bottom. And then you're gonna take your foil
and just do a tight seal.
Really tight.
Right.
Crimp all your edges so that none of that
nothing escapes.
Can get out of there.
Okay, now can I buy those easily at the grocery store?
Pretty regularly.
Okay.
As long as you've got a decent grocery store. Some of the smaller ones might not carry it, but if they've got a good produce section, you can usually get it in the fresh produce.
In the fresh produce. What about if I want it in this form already? Because maybe I don't have the time. Because a lot of us don't have the time, but we still want this beautiful ingredient. Yeah. Where can I find this?
And to do that, I would go into the canned vegetables. Okay. I prefer to get them out of jars.
Yeah, because sometimes, you guys, there are the canned, but then you also have the ones that are in the glass jars, which you prefer the one in the glass jar.
It's a little pricier for what it is, but you get such a better product out of the ones that are in the jars.
Good tip.
Then past that, you just kind of read what ingredients are in it to see what kind of flavor profile they're putting into it. If vinegar is right towards the top, you're gonna have a lot less beet flavor and a lot more of that pickled flavor.
Yeah,
so sometimes you can get roasted ones that they'll hold in juice or the pickled ones.
And you said that when we were talking earlier, because I love this. I love this vegetable because there's a lot of sugar in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, if there's a lot of vinegar, you're not going to get that sweet beet flavor that you are hoping to get if there's a lot of vinegar.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to taste, and a lot of times it's a sweet pickle, but it's still that much vinegar put into it.
Absolutely.
So after you get this crimped up,
how long?
I usually do about in a 350 degree oven. For this size, I'd probably go 1.5 to 2 hours.
Gotcha.
If they're smaller than your fist, right about an hour. Okay. And then just check them every once in a while. Peel back one corner, make sure you don't rip the foil.
Right.
And then poke it with a fork or a knife.
And you'll feel
when it can go through without too much resistance, then it's done.
There you go. Okay.
Once you take them out, get rid of the foil, and I usually put a piece of plastic over it let it steam a little longer.
Yeah.
And then it's just like roasting peppers.
Right.
Then you can take those. I usually just use a towel, wipe it off, and then all that skin goes away, and then you've just got your
all right,
beets.
let's plate this beautiful salad. And now you offer this at WiseGuys.
Yep, this is on our menu every day.
Okay, fantastic. And again, they are open for dinner starting at 4 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, I'm sorry, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, and we serve all the way till midnight every single day. Yeah.
Oh, so
we show up.
You show up well before.
I show up way before that, but most of our staff does show up at 4 o'clock.
So, and then you serve late till midnight, which is fantastic, especially because it's lighter out nowadays. You know, it doesn't even get dark until 9 o'clock. You might be having a later dinner because you're running errands all over the place.
Exactly.
So,
and if you go out to the beach all day, sun comes down, then go out to dinner.
Absolutely.
Plenty
and eat
of time.
something beautiful and light like this.
Oh yeah. All right. So we've got here it's a creamy balsamic vinaigrette. It's a mayo based.
Yeah.
With nice aged balsamic into it.
Right.
Just put a little stripe of that down.
So again, it's not coated with dressing.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that way you're just getting little bits of it as you drag your spoon through.
Oh, that looks
So there's your red beets, gold beets.
Gold beets.
And I like to layer them at least a little bit so you get a bunch of that color popping through.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat one.
Then we've got goat cheese crumbles.
It would be rude to not have beets and goat cheese crumbles.
Oh, it's a natural combination.
Yeah.
You know, you get that sweet creamy tart.
Yeah.
And then the sweet from the beets. It's a wonderful combination.
I tell you what, if you're a vegetarian, this is like perfect.
It's totally
or if you just want to try eating vegan for one day, one day, just eat this way.
It's definitely the way to go. And then right back here, the last thing I put on was candied pecans.
Oh, that looks so good.
Those got a nice hollow snap to them.
Absolutely.
Then some nice shaved red onion.
For a little bit of crunch too.
A little bit of crunch, a little bit of bite. And then this is upland cress. It's a peppery green.
Love it.
And that's how we get that together.
That is gorgeous. And again, available at WiseGuys. Nice, fresh, light. They have their tapas menu, but then they also have all of their beautiful steaks and their full dining room.
Steaks and signature entrees.
Yes, absolutely. So please visit Greg and his fantastic staff and join them this summer. And check it out on the website.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you very much. We'll be back in just a moment.